I am the Lord of Sin. Sell thy soul to me, and thou shalt be rewarded greatly. I am the soul of one who is fallen to the might of the sea. Kill me, and you also shall feel the wrath of Neptune. I am his eyes and his spirit. Go now, feel your vengeance and honor your oath. I am his escort. I am death, disease, and darkness. He shall come and devour all. I can confidently say that Robert Eggers is one of my favorite filmmakers currently working. At the time of writing, he has directed 3 feature-length films: The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman, all of which are, in my opinion, fantastic works of art that contain many elements worth praising. Gorgeous and stylized cinematography that matches and enhances the atmosphere of the film. Historically accurate set and costume design that never gives off the feeling that these are fake films filmed in the 21st century, but instead helps to effortlessly transport you into the time period of the film. Also insanely well researched and utilized historical dialogue, furthermore adding to the authenticity. But in this video, I want to talk about an aspect of his films that I haven't seen discussed that much, and that is his usage of animals as embodiments of the supernatural and mythological. In the films of Robert Eggers, animals are not just a part of the background, not just the dressing of a scene if you will, but have a significant impact on the story and characters. They are the embodiment of gods, the devil, and forces of fate itself. They are inherently intertwined with the supernatural, mystical, mythological. They are portrayed as powerful forces influencing and altering the lives of mortals. And if you look at the historical nature of Eggers' works, it should come as no surprise. Animals have always played an important role in mythological tales for the ages, as bringers of luck and misfortune, as embodiments and escorts of powerful beings, as spiritual guides that help one reach enlightenment, as tricksters that test and deceive. And in each of these films, the myths, superstitions, and religion of the time period are put front and center, presented almost as fact, the same way it would have been viewed by the people at the time. Witches are real, mermaids are real, valkyries are real. And as real as them are satanic goats, curse-bearing seagulls, and ravens of the Allfather.
My lord! My lord! My love!
In The Witch, a Puritan family in 17th century New England is banished from a settlement, forced to live on their own, secluded from other people. They build their farmstead near a large forest and try to survive, but it quickly becomes apparent that the forest is home to dark forces that do not take kindly on these newcomers. Although the true evil might not be lurking in the forest, but living on the farmstead itself. The goat, Black Phillip, whispers and talks to them, or so the young twins Mercy and Jonas say. The image of a black goat has long been associated with satanic worship, with rebellion against God and sin itself. Witches dance around and praise the goat in their secretive, dark Sabbats. In the early parts of the film, Black Phillip employs this secrecy, as he remains mostly in the background. But even then you can just feel this demonic, ungodly aura around him, as if he is the architect of all the evils that besiege this family. A kidnapped infant, rotten maize, a butchered dog, a boy possessed by the devil, an evil creature of great power stalking them from the forest. The one accused, however, is the eldest daughter, Thomasin. Her parents label her a witch and turn against her. Before he could endanger his soon-to-be servant, Black Phillip murders the family patriarch William, piercing him with his horns and burying him under a pile of firewood. Her family now gone, Thomasin sees no other alternative but to offer her servitude to Black Phillip. The goat devil transforms into a humanoid shape and promises her power, luxury and sweetness in exchange for her soul. Thomasin is then led by the goat for the woods to meet her new sisters and fellow slaves of Satan. In the Lighthouse, the plot is set at the end of the 19th century. Two wikis look after the aforementioned structure, all alone on a small island. Already after a few days, the demanding nature of the job begins to take its toll on the young and inexperienced lightkeeper. But it is his killing of a seagull that ultimately dooms both men. Even though he had been warned against it, in a rage he bludgeons to death the animal. And unleashes a wicked curse of bad luck and stormy weather upon himself and his superior. As a result, the two lighthouse keepers are unable to leave the island, and their fate is all but sealed. Days turn into weeks, or maybe months. Time itself becomes an indistinguishable blur. The storm continues to rage on, mimicking the degradation of their minds. They are doomed to remain here, go insane, and eventually die in the fight over the alluring light above their heads. At the very end of the film, only one wiki remains. Having killed the other one, he slowly makes his way to the light, which his superior forbade him from seeing. Gazing upon it will be his final action. Seagulls feast on his insides as he slowly dies, delivering divine punishment to the thief. The same fate given to Prometheus in the Greek legend. The details may differ. Instead of an eagle, there are seagulls. Instead of a fire to guide humanity, there is light to guide ships. And instead of punishment from Zeus, there is punishment from a curse. But the mythological core remains the same. The Northman, a story of death and revenge, takes place in the world of Norse mythology. Valkyries ride to and from Valhalla on flying horses. Berserkers channel the ferocity and killing instincts of the wolf before going into battle. And when Amleth the Beowulf is captured and strung up by his uncle, the person responsible for his father's death, he is rescued by ravens, by the spirit of his father, Aurvandil the War Raven, and by the All-Father Odin. His animal companions of course include the twin ravens Hugin and Munin. The gods are on his side. They have borne witness the sacred vow of revenge he made all those years ago. He shall avenge his father, he shall honor their blood, he shall slay his father's killer, he shall enter the Great Hall.
Now make your passage.
In Egger's upcoming remake of Nosferatu, we are bound to once again see animals as heralds of the supernatural, as they swarm to arrive with the sinister count, bringing disease, pestilence, and ultimately death. Indeed, already in the Werner Herzog Nosferatu film, this was the case, with scenes involving hundreds if not thousands of rats to showcase the spread of evil like a pathological infection, a disease of darkness. Let us not as well forget the animalistic transformation the vampire is capable of, turning at will into a small, seemingly harmless host of a deadly parasite, be it rats, bats, or some other animal They are bound to be featured in important scenes that will impact the story and enhance the dark atmospheric horror on display. In any case, I can't wait to see it.